Yeah! Hello and welcome to this Warno 1v1 game played between Soviet 5-point box playing a French division, and he's up against Verter playing a Soviet division. We're on Hesse Duel. Hesse definitely one of the maps of all time. I like the map a lot. The zone layout is absolutely sad as anything. Just these tiny little squares in the middle of nowhere. It makes for very, very static gameplay. Looking at the deployments, I got some very, very interesting deployments here. So Verter playing 39Y. You can do a helo opener with these guys, where you open with a bunch of AA helos and stuff. He has opted for the Mi-8T rocket helo opener, recon rocket opener. Quite rare to see that. I think this might be the first time I've ever seen that. We'll see if it works. So he's going over here with a recon, and then he's not sending a CV to Alpha. He's not actually sending any units to Alpha at all. He is trying to rush Echo with Mi-8T rockets. So he very much wants to play for the open ground. Doesn't care about Alpha. I think against 5e, you got to be careful because those AMX-10s are really annoying. And the wider the map, the more annoying they are. So, because they can sneak through. So that's why this is here. You know, make sure that they don't come down either of these roads. And there's nothing on the right. There is one on the right, but it's not really going for that. So, Mi-8 rocket helos going to here and here. This is a bit of a weird one because you're just so exposed that you're probably just going to die. Here would be better. Because you sat there, everybody's going to know where you are, and there's nowhere to run to. Whereas if you're here, you can run this way and back across here, or you can run across here. You just greater chance of running into these houses, greater chance of staying alive than just dropping a guy in the middle of nowhere. Razvedka Saperi, he's actually opened 3 rocket. This is so strange. He's brought both kinds of recon helos. And he's opening 3 recon helos. Very exciting. Razvedka Saperi on this side. We'll see how that interacts with the AMX-10RC. BMP2 on this side, same story. And then for mid, so yeah, BMP1 going Papa Lima X-Ray. Conker's going for Lima to hold that road. And then, yeah, we've got Iglas. Iglas for the Lima X-Ray plays here. Conkers for, which one is this? X-Ray. And then 3 BMP2s going to here. Taking this is important. If you want to take Zulu, it's very, very difficult to take Zulu. Taking this is good, though, because it threatens Zulu. Your enemy has to defend quite a wide area, and then you can smoke here and run up here and cap Echo. But, and yeah, if you're blue, you want to be taking this kind of forest anyway, because it helps you push Lima. But generally, just the way these zones are placed just makes this map very difficult to push on. Moving to 5-point Soviet box, we got an AMX-10 race car coming down here. Great spot for it. Can see everywhere. Can see CVs coming in here, etc. I think he's going to have a good time there. AMX-10 Hot 2 going to there. That is a bit of a weird one because if your enemy's here, then he's going to kill you. So it's probably best to be here or here. Whereas here, not too useful. Unless somebody comes down this road, I suppose. Which they might be doing, actually. So we'll see how that goes. Alouette, 1 recon helo. You really don't need to be opening 3 recon helos. It's just a waste of points. So you'll be seeing a lot there. And then, yeah, Commandos, Super Puma going to there. So a little bit greedy, but we'll see if it works. I mean, you could also go to here behind this patch of trees. There's a lot of trees here that actually cover, like these trees here. I know the map's quite dark. These trees here aren't actually cover, which is a bit daft. Yeah, there's 2 of them. So yeah, they're both going to the same place. So presumably one will get there, because even if both those Iglas, an Igla will not one-shot Super Puma. And then he's got a bunch of guys. So Milan 2, go to there. Decent building. This one's better though, because you can see over here. It's not a big deal. 2 Grenadier Voltigeurs with... So these guys are just absolutely cracked. Their availability is really high. And the DMRs are good. So that's going to there. Probably won't really be seeing anything. Presumably you'll then move it up. And this one's going to here. Same story. I mean, here's a good spot, but they're not recons, so I can understand why he's putting it there. But yeah, even something like here would give you more vision. You'd be able to see down here. Or here for the same story. You'd be able to see down here and down there, but I assume he wants to move it up manually. MX30B2, going over to where the Milan was. Rolling 3. Bit too far away, to be honest. Although, because of the buildings and stuff, I mean, where else do you put it? You could put it up here in this forest, maybe. And P4PC going Bravo November, so... Yeah, more units, 5E, very cost-efficient division. VLRA 50 going there, and then Land 2. This building is a good one. And then 2 chasseurs in the cheapest IFV in the game. The MX-10P coming in at 35 points. So, let's cast the game, and we shall do so from this perspective. Right, so they're off, and it's time for me to thank the generous channel joiners, generously joining the channel. Best way to support the channel, basically, you get your names on the screen, you get the videos early, you get members exclusive videos at a rate of approximately 1 a week, and you're keeping me in business, basically. I will soon be unemployed, and then, you know, once the money stops, I go get a job, and then the channel stops, so that's your incentive either way. So, SU-25 rocket coming in here. And it might get that race car, but the Recon Helo isn't really... Yeah. The Recon Helo... He's got 3 Recon Helos and he couldn't keep vision on that. You hate to see it, etc, etc, etc. This needs to take off right now. Oh, it's dead. Okay, for some reason he went for the motorized Razvedka and not the helicopter. SU rockets coming back around again. It's been a minute, so you would have expected a plane purchase there to pick off that SU-25, but... Oh, there it is. Mirage 3E only has 8 HP, so the SU can just turn into it and try and shoot it to death. But I think he sort of messed up a bit there. He didn't get any shots on the guns off on it, although this has now been routed by an Igla, so that SU-25 will survive, and the SU-27 will actually clean up that Mirage 3E. So... Yeah, if he'd been a little bit faster there, he would have got it while it was here, and then potentially survived the SU-27. But it's just one of those things. A bit of it comes down to RNG as well, the fact that its missiles didn't kill that SU-25. So, a bit of a pickle for Blue, because he is in danger of losing Zulu here. He really needs to move this infantry up and get it all the way up to here, because he's also in danger of losing Echo if he's not careful. So he is now doing that. And yeah, so this is how it's done, right? So you go here, and then you can try and come up here, right? But it's so weird. There's so much on this map that looks like trees, but isn't actually cover. It's really annoying, actually. Yeah. And that motorized Razvedka did not get a rocket off on that. But yeah, these guys need moving up. They need to be fighting that. Jaguar HE purchased. I wouldn't be going for that at this stage in the game, simply because your enemy... I mean, that was a good kill, actually, especially given that it hit this on the way back out. And it looks like Verter's not unloading his units there, so there goes 100 points. So that actually all worked out. Not sure what to say, really. That all worked out, yeah, incredible. The AMX-30B2 is a very cost-efficient tank. And all those BMP2s died, so this is now looking a lot less scary, especially given this thing. So we never saw it being used there, right? Because it's ended up here, which is a pretty decent place for it to be. You do see that if this comes down that way, it will avoid that. We shall see how much noticing he does. I mean, the fact of the matter is, Verter's not actually capped alpha, so... There we go, and yeah, it's smart to get something up here. You want it in the church, really, because it can see further than atheists. Religious people can see further than atheists in this game. And, you know, Conquers, it won't one-shot this. And these things, you know, they're just... He turned off the rockets. Interesting. I guess because, yeah, they're not very good against armor, so it can feel like a waste, basically. So from that, you could sort of try and view, okay, so that's the way it is. Try and get this to there, maybe. But yeah, what he should be doing is smoking. Smoke here, and then run in. But instead he's trying to smoke the ATGM, which is fair enough, but if there's a second tank, which there is, you're still going to die. So... Oh, he's about to find out about the second tank. Oh, wow. He actually survived. So there you go, so now he knows about that. And he can... and he can just run into the zone and die. Because the smoke hasn't landed yet. Wow, his timing is impeccable. Just right as the missile was flying. Incredible, incredible timing there. But yeah, this is what, I mean, really he's got two, right? 152 is not great for smoke, simply because it lands at about the same time as a mortar. But the point is that it will fade. Why is this taking so long to align? What is there to align? Okay, interesting. Does this get smoke? No. He's taken the zone, like, and he will kill that chocolate eclairs most likely. It's just this AMX, if it goes that, yeah, it'll probably get out. Will it? No? Okay. Fair enough. Does it conquers one shot? No, it doesn't, because this has 9 armor. So that SC-27 got routed by the, got killed by the Roland, and down goes that conquers. But yeah, if he'd smoked this, he could have. I don't know. I mean, he's somehow managed to survive all that. But if I was in red's position, I'd be buying a cub. Not an OSA. I'd be getting 2 cubs back here, and then I'd be buying T80 BVs for this situation. Because that is 1 dead. Oh, okay. Interesting, he got behind this. LOS tool says it wouldn't affect it, but what can you say? And over here, yes, blue has pushed this, because there was nobody there. Yes, MI-24 was purchased, and it was killed. So BTL-60PB would beat VAB, but it's not going to beat an AMX-10. But the BMP-2 beats the AMX-10. So, you know, 5-point box, he's on the clock here. Should really have sent this as well, and potentially this VAB T20 up there for a bit of shore ride against the helicopters. But he covered it with fighters, which is fair enough. And this guy, Verter, he really needs to be moving this up, getting it to the corner of the zone, because now there's a big problem happening here. Will the Moulding MiG take out commandos? It will not. Will this take out commandos? It will. Oh. Yeah, I think unloading in that case wasn't intelligent, but you see they both died anyway. Anyway, this is coming in here now, and the Conquer's not really in a position to shoot it. There needs to be a T80 BV up here, basically, but... Oh, interesting. He didn't stick around. Has he got any mortars for smoke? He does not. So, big problem for red here. They've just been outflanked. 5E is a very, very, very strong div. And a lot of it is to do with their mobility, so on a nice wide map like this, they've got a big advantage. Because there's lots of places they can mob into. So, that was a bit of a miss micro there from red. Could have put it on this one. I mean, we probably still would have lost it, to tell you the truth. This can hide behind that building, but I could understand him just sending it out. And now, yeah, if... so what Ren really needs to do, right, this ATGM here, you send this up to here and you put it there. And then people can't just drive reinforcements down this road. I'm also quite surprised that blue isn't, like, completely capitalising on this by buying more... I think he's out of commandos now, you only get 4. Buying more stuff for this, like these tanks could be coming down here. I guess he's concerned about this. So, red in the lead here. The D20s are going to miss, it seems. And, yeah, French infantry is incredibly strong. So, the 39Y infantry is really not strong at all. The solution, of course, is a grad. But he's gone for the D20s, which are like a Katsias, but towed. I honestly just bring the Katsias. And, yeah. Both sides CV up vetted here, so they're punching above their weight. But yeah, the real thing for red is that he really needs to be sorting this out and stopping more reinforcements coming this way. But I find it quite I find it quite strange that blue has opted to not bring more reinforcements. This guy just running into the enemy and dying should have stayed in that house. He's probably dead now. This is a very, very, very cost-effective unit for 35 points. What could I say? And yeah, blue's finally starting to, because like basically blue needs to take this if he wants to take this zone. Just stacking up here isn't doing him any favors. If you take this, you see both sides of the zone, and then there you go, you're sorted. Whereas if you just here, this guy is always going to hide behind this house. When said that, if this was like there, well then he'd just hide a little bit further around the house. So yeah, this is the key to that zone. Over here, more Su-25 rockets. At least he's got a target this time. Oh, no, he's lost it. No, he's found it again. Yeah. Rockets, really good. Really good. I think they did a lot of missing there, to tell you the truth. The Grob of Doom. This is just silly. More Mirage 3Es. Will he turn into it and shoot? No, he will show his back and get routed. There you go, he's finally bought some Osas and some Cubs. Imagine if he'd had 2 Cubs up here. Every single plane that came down here would have been shot, but I don't know. Just wanted other stuff, I guess. Also, he's not selling his transport, so that's 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. No, you can't sell those. That's 100 points right there. There you go. You're well on your way to buying that Cub. It's 110, right? Blue's finally got some mortars for smoke. Great stuff. So I'd love to see some smoke here so we can get that in, because obviously there's going to be ATGMs. And Grom of Doom does not kill the Discipline Day. And this house is now in a bad spot. So it's starting to look a bit rougher for red. So I'm going to switch back to this side because I like to be on the winning team. And yeah, I'm just very surprised that blue didn't... oh. I thought you only got 4. Maybe he's brought 2 cards. He got 2 at the start, and then he bought 2 here. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he just saved the transports or something. I don't know. That is hilarious. All the AA in the world couldn't stop that from killing that. And yeah, over here, Blue's getting back in here. But he didn't. He bought the mortar for smoke, and he bought the Alp 1 for smoke, and he didn't use it. Thankfully, he's got the power of French ECM on his side, so the Conquer's just going to miss there. He's not noticed, though. Will he take the zone before he dies? No. So ultimately, it didn't make a difference, because it neutralizes as soon as you run into the zone, but it takes ages to cap, which is a pretty weird way of doing things. Anyway, Red slowly trying to make his way in the world over here. I do apologise, I am a little bit ill. I'm really mad about that, but I try and remain calm. Imagine waiting 3 months for a holiday, you finally get it, and somebody coughs on you and you're ill for the whole thing. And then you get better as soon as it's time to go back to uni. But yeah, he could have capped that zone. I mean, he bought these for smoke and then he just didn't use them. So it's not like he didn't have the tools. He even had 2. But yeah, here it's kind of strange that blue never reinforced this. Like, he had it and he just sort of gave it up. He didn't need this many tanks here. They haven't really done anything for him. That smoke would have been enough to get that CV in. These Su-25s, just they're 3 availability per card, the rocket ones, but they die easy, as you can see. And yeah, so even Stevens for now, but now it's going to be a +1 for red for a few seconds until blue gets this in here. But this can literally just drive in here and kill all this. It's pretty crazy. Like, he's not selling any of his transports. It's very strange. I wonder if he's got auto sell off by default. So big blue counterattack here. And that's a 40-point swing, because now we can sell that. Because it's 80 points. And that's going to be 120 points. Although he got that tank. So there you go, he just paid for that tank he lost. It was AMX30B as well, so they're like 90 or something. 80 or 90. So he just paid for that. Although this one might not... No, this one's going to get recaptured. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't really understand where Red's points went. Just loads of Su-25 rocket, I guess, and... Didn't really do much for him. As it got side shot. This is really depressing. Reddy, man, he had it, but he threw it all away. Many such cases. I just don't understand what happened. You just needed to buy better stuff, less helicopters, less planes. Like, you must have 2 cards of these. I've seen so many of them now. Very sad. You hate to see it, etc., etc. So yeah, I bring the Acacias instead of these because I don't trust myself to micro these, even though they're like literally 100 points less. You paid 100 points to just never have to worry about counter battery. But if your micro's good enough, you can bring them. I don't think this guy's micro's good enough, if I'm being entirely honest here. And you guys watch me for my honesty. You do not watch me for my bedside manner. There are other Warno casters who will just tell you what you want to hear. But I'm not one of them. So, wow. Wow, what a bad player. Oh, air in this game never ceases to amaze me. So, yeah, I mean, blue, he's trying to move up. He's trying to move up. He needs some infantry, really. Like, where's the inf? I don't know. It's strange. I do think the roll of 3 is a good purchase. And, Red's buying some infantry now. He's actually coming for this, which is interesting. Yeah, because blue never cleared him out of here. Jaguar AT going for that T80 BBK. It will take... Oh, he smoked the wrong way. He's facing the wrong way. Yep, so he gets shot in the side and dies. If he got shot in the front there, he would have survived that missile. But yeah, this is a pretty crazy AT plane. I believe it's 3 per card as well, despite having 60% accuracy. Or is it 2 now? Definitely was 3 at one point, but things change a lot, so... So yeah, there goes a minute's income. Gotta wait for the next minute. This is a minute's income right here. Just over. What will he do? I think this thing is garbage. Much rather have an Su-25 AT. .39 wide doesn't get seed, which limits your use cases, right? And there's just an astonishing lack of vision. Considering the man has two cards of recon helo, you know. Could he not see this guy, for example? Yeah. And yeah, I really don't agree with bringing your ATGMs in these tracked IFVs. I just don't think it's worth it, really. They take too long to get to where they're trying to go. Great example of that right here. So Blood Day is going to get in position. There it goes. BMP2 should definitely beat Gazelle cannons. So what I'd love to see him do here... Is this going to die? It does. Is not clump up all his guys, because they're going to get killed by a HE bomber. And try and get in here. Try and get in here, maybe. Or try and get in here, you know, use the smoke. Smoke this. Smoke this. And then just drive in. You know, you got the vision. This guy should really be moved up a bit. Trying to see what's up. Because this will beat that in a fight. I mean, it's got 10 men for starters. And it's got that coveted DMR, which radically improves suppression. So there you go. Honkers do not one-shot an AMX-30B2 from the front. Didn't drop its bombs. Many such cases, I'm afraid. Roland's probably going to hit it here. Yeah. Okay, so now we see smoke mortars. Yeah, now we're talking. So he's going to smoke his way in there. Not that there's really anything to stop him. Oh no, is he going to notice this? He is. Okay, I guess that will work. Especially given the smoke landing everywhere. What you can do is fast path it down the road, and if you start getting shot by an ATGM, smoke and then F-path through the smoke. That's a decent building to be in, isn't it? Either way, the smoke gets him there. There you go. He's in. They can finally buy a... and I can finally buy some infantry. I mean, you really want to be screening your tanks with infantry in front, tanks behind. I know it's not very realistic, but this game isn't realistic at all, despite what people tell you. For starters, they put you in charge. Who's going to put you in charge in World War III? And it just gets worse from there. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of things about this. Like, why hasn't this been nuked? Here we go. So the FR1s, you know, you see they're just suppressing everybody. These guys, they really need to close that distance so that the sniper can't be used. Maybe get some of these BMP2s up here, and maybe get the recon, you know, to a place where it can recon, like move this up, you know. Or just sit there and fight him. I guess they will eventually win. I mean, they do outnumber him 3 squads to 1. But in the meantime, the RT's going to help out, and that will swing some fights. They'll probably kill both of these teams if it all comes down to the RNG. You see it missed by a whisker there, so it did nothing. That time it hit, so it did quite a lot. There you go. So now they're routed. So this guy, though, he will die because he's only got 1 HP. So the BMP2's finally being moved. Basically, infantry doesn't do anything to other infantry, and infantry's all about bringing the fire support in to do the actual dirty work. I suppose that is probably realistic. That is probably a realistic part of the game. Infantry doesn't really fight other infantry in Modern War. It's not like COD. You know, most guys, especially this current conflict happening in West Asia, you know, most of the guys never see the enemy, and that's normal. That's very normal. Most of them will never see the enemy. Yeah, that is very normal. Infantry, you're just there to die. You're just there to die, and yeah, whoa, what a great job. Anyway, moving on to happier things. He thinks there's somebody in there, but there isn't. And this bundle of sticks, he's going to find out what happens to infantry. So, yeah, certainly the Soviet Union, an equal opportunities employer. Everybody gets to run across the open field and die to enemy fire support. Grad purchased. +2 for red, I mean... Sorry, +2 for blue. He will catch up soon. What he could do here is smoke this, and oh, here we go, it's happening. And now, yeah, just get that in. The main thing is, like you bought all this AA, but it's just, like, grossly out of position. This is not going to work. Yeah, and... Yeah, come on, get that smoke going. I'm loving it. Once you see one guy use smoke, the other guy starts using smoke. I see that a lot, actually. I do a lot of casts. I mean, obviously, you could say, obviously, somebody has to smoke first. But it tends to be after one guy starts smoking a lot, the other guy's like, oh, smoke. Yeah, I remember smoke. And then they start smoking. Mortars are the best for smoke. A lot of people seem to think low-caliber artillery is better, but ever since the aim time changes, it's not. Mortars are the best for smoke. Not only do they cover a wider area, but basically because of the aim time changes, you get situations where your smoke basically fades before the next round comes in on something like this, depending on how vetted it is. It is currently up vetted, so we'll see how fast it reloads. And this will stop the tick. Will it stop it in time? This man refusing to walk that extra 1 millimeter to get into the zone and actually start getting some points. These guys should really just come up here and kill him. Smoke or die. You have chosen death. And then he cancels his smoke, because he just really wants to die so bad. Okay, now he smokes. Very exciting. Oh no, now he's very dead. Blimey. That was some accuracy moment there. So yeah, he's getting out. He's getting. Oh, will he? I don't think he's gonna make it. Oh no! Oh, there we go. That was pretty funny. Yeah, that could have got a lot better. For starters, he's got all this smoke stuff, right? He could be smoking. He could be actually using the grad, and he could have just come in and just smoked in front of himself, and that Appalachian would have shot him a bunch of times, and that Jaguar would have shot him a bunch of times. So this is what's happening here. So he did only have 4 commandos. And he's using this to ferry troops, which is very cool. Takes a lot of micro, but yeah, I would love to see Red get a. I mean, Red is now winning again, which is interesting. I mean, this has been a game of some real turns, real twists and turns. These guys trying to get out of there. Once again, it's the fire support that does the heavy lifting. Imp versus imp fights don't really matter too much. They do resolve themselves eventually. It's just everything else is so much faster than an imp versus imp fight that it's all about that fire support. And you see this, right? Like, why aren't these up here? Why are these guys allowed to just fly around? And that'll stop the tick. I really do think... I mean, obviously we have perfect vision, right? But Red needs to sort this out. He can't just let there be somebody in there. If he loses this, no biggie, right? SPG-9's quite rare to see him. Quite rare to see him, but hey, that killed a tank there, so that paid for itself. It's just weird how they're still 2-man teams, and all the other anti-infantry fire support ones are 4, and they're still 2. So they're sort of just bad ATGMs, basically. I like the sound they make, I just don't think they're worth it, basically, ever. SPG-9's the best one as well, the Wombat. Oh man, the Wombat. So bad. So bad. Very sad. Anyways, there's no infantry AT in this, so they could just drive those Vabs. Well, the Vabs will get killed by the satchels, actually, but they could drive this tank in and just kill them all. Over here, chasseurs, les chasseurs. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he just has auto cell turned off, so they just don't sell. And then he just never sells them. I mean, you hate to see it. Wow, you need to smoke, mate. Oh, dear. Yeah. Yeah, the SPG-9 fares. So there's your infantry AT, I suppose, the SPG-9. I mean, they are useful in these kinds of situations, I suppose, like town-to-town fighting. So will this make it out? Minstrel misses. Roland hits once. SU rocket. Imagine if this was an SU-AT. So I have 16 million SU rockets. He's not fired the first grads yet, and he buys a second one. That should have been a T-80 BV, basically. You don't have enough supply to keep 2 grads running the whole game without a fob. Basically pointless. Or just, yeah, 1 upvetted grad and no fob, basically, is probably the way to do it. AMX-30B2 goes down. Whoa. Red back in control. How the turntables. Having said that, Blue has started buying infantry over here, and his infantry is better, so I think he's got a better chance there. Artillery coming in. This Alp 1 has been... Oh, there's 2 now. They've been putting in the work. Yeah, lots of artillery for Red. Over here, this thing's about to explode. And yeah, satchels and stuff will swing some of these fights, but yeah, once these buildings start getting destroyed, you see these guys are no vet as well. Also, this guy isn't shooting his AT, so he's going to get stunned up, and then these will just kill everything. He should have gone for that building really, and then he would have been okay. Yeah, to see it, etc., etc. Because now these are just going to rinse everybody. And once again, infantry versus infantry. You don't care about that. You always want the fire support coming in. Like, as soon as your imp fight starts, there should be artillery aimed up and ready to go. Or an IV coming in, or just something. So he evacs the right way, which will save him. No, it won't. And this guy hasn't moved the whole game. You know, he's got these 152s. He could have killed that a long time ago. He chose not to. And the Mi-8T rockets can't really help because of this guy who hasn't moved. He's used up a whole supply truck. And he's got his own rank of veterancy there. Red's still in command with 10 minutes left. What's Blue going to do? He's going to try driving back in. He's still got his smoke mortars. He's loaded one up. Yes, interessant. So CV coming in here. He's got the CVs. He's got the recon. He's got some AA. He's moving up really. He's got the RT. There you go. He's going for that build. Oh, it's actually moved back one. Might get that transport anyway. This guy. Interesting. I wonder if he'll, like, I've even seen them when they fast path turn into, well, it doesn't that time. And then, yeah, he's got the 2 smoke mortars, 1 smoke there, 1 smoke there, and you're in. Easy peasy. But yeah, this is what happens when you don't clear out these guys, you know, you just, sooner or later he's going to come back and attack you. That is wild. Oh, it's because the recon spotted him first. And he still doesn't see that. They both need supplies now. Imagine if Verter just did a bit of smoke in here, you know, smoke over here, and then he could just drive in. But, I don't know. People need to learn smoke. Learn to smoke. Seed out here, all of these have been left switched on. These two are in just really bad positions. And the Seed fires its CD missile. It's got very low accuracy, but it is 3 per card. 50% accuracy. Oh, he's upvetted it, so he only gets 2 of them. Interesting. Generally, you use them to soak. Will this smoke? It already used its smoke, right? That's why you don't put them next to each other, because especially with the new suppress on miss mechanics, they're both being suppressed by 1 missile there. And that is ending in disaster. The time for Red to do the funny smoke thing is basically ended now with the arrival of just yet more guys. And the Osa did go down to the 2nd seed. Will this do anything? There are 2 of them on him. He should die, really. This guy accidentally turned off the ammunition and fuel supply. And down he goes. SU-27 out. Pomachiki are decent against infantry because they've got the 3 machine guns. Showing a bit of side armor there. Down he goes. Oh dear. So 6 minutes left, Red in the lead. I mean, I feel like if he just did a little bit of the old smoking, he could be there. Blue's doing some smoking here, but his tank CV's just died, so I guess he's going to try running this in. And it's kind of weird, you know, Red being T8PV division, you know, we've only seen a couple of them. Saperi, their shock traits will be active here. The chasseurs are generally better at long range because of the DMRs. If they come in like that, they're just going to die. Cheeky do have AT, as do Moto Strauki. They get a really good one, 20 pen. It's a tandem charge, but it's only got 500 meters range. AMX-30B2 went down to RT there, so the RT is punishing. Generally, in lower elo games, artillery is better because people don't move their stuff at all. And so you could get a lot of kills out that way. It's just a much more static, slower paced battlefield at lower elos. Okay, so he's put it in the Super Puma. He must have had 2 cars of commandos. He must have done. So he's going to put that there and then get in. What Red can be doing here is shooting these because they're not moving and just killing them off. And maybe buying one of those 10 Guerrillian recon helos that he had. and putting that over here so that you can see the enemy. The grads are going in the right place, but they've not been properly resupplied, so that's only going to be 18 rounds. It's probably not enough to do anything. As you can see. So, smoke's out. AMX-30B2's purchased. Over here, you know, he's got this CV, just needs to run it in. Just needs to smoke and go. Here we go, finally. More Su-25 rockets sent to the scrapyard. No recon with these tanks, right? So the BMP-2s are chewing them up. He is going to get in here. Most likely will be spotted too. Right, so this needs to be coming in here now, and this is not. They've run out of bullets, so that smoke's going to fade pretty soon. So he just needs to fast move down the road to take advantage of that smoke. Why, I don't understand what the obsession is with going in the corner. I suppose it's like if you, you know, in iRobot, where Will Smith goes to the containers where they're storing all the old robots. And that old man is speaking, and he says, "Why is it that when we put robots in the containers, they all stand at the sides instead of in the middle? We never programmed in that behavior. It's a sign of intelligent life." So there you go. Not driving in there is a sign of intelligent life. Running out of supply is a sign of intelligent life. Giving your enemy time to buy a bunch of AT planes because you're so ultimately lethargic in your attack is a sign of intelligent life. So big intelligent lifing going on there. That's just bad luck. Actually, it's not, because these things just destroy everything in front of them with their autocannons because they've got a Guerrillian accuracy. But it is a little bit of bad luck. So, yeah, I mean, surely it doesn't all come down to this. He's on a +1 with 3 minutes left. I mean, Red really should just be buying 10 trillion objects and trying to get it over here, including a CV, which I don't actually see any of. I wonder if he's ran out. And he should be trying to counter battery this, and he should be trying to get a CV in there. He's fast moving it. Okay, worked out that time. Needs to be getting a CV in there any second now. That was spotted, but these guys weren't in a position to shoot it. CV. 2 minutes left. Is he going to buy a CV? Is he out of CVs? What have we seen? We've seen 2 tank CVs and BMP 1Ks. Did he only bring 5 CVs in his deck? How many BMP 1K deaths did we see? We saw 1 back here, so that's 1. 1 over here, which is 2. And 1 over here, which is 3. I think he's out of CVs. Don't bring 5 CVs in a 1v1. Just gets you killed. You see pros doing it. Because they, in most cases, you don't lose that many CVs, but I really do think it's worth getting those CVs. So with 1 minute and 28 seconds left, the match has been concluded. I think 5 Point Boxers won it. So yeah, credit to both players. I think they were pretty evenly matched on the skill front. I have 2,000 hours in this game, so just something to keep in mind, you know. it just comes down to that question: is this how you want to spend your life? 2,000 hours on this game. You've only got so many hours, right? So it's probably for most people not worth it. So if somebody's better than you at the game, don't feel bad. Feel happy. They've wasted their life. And yeah, he's literally just out of CVs. That's why. That's why. I mean, surely, otherwise he'd be buying some, right? So that's it. That's it, man. If only he hadn't just like if only he hadn't just gone for that little corner and given his enemy time to buy a bunch of AT players. All he had to do was just fast path it into the smoke, pop the smoke, cap it, right? But no, he sort of just kept clicking over here, and then he kept stopping it, and he kept stopping it, and then he eventually came over here, and then he got hit by 2 anti-tank planes because the enemy had so much time to react. So yeah, pretty rough game, there for Red. What can you say? But with 1 second left, it is not plural. 5-point box takes it. So GG. Yeah, a bit of a difference in kills there. 5-point box rank. He's had 2 ranked games, so that was one of them. 200 games total. So both of them, quite new players. Verter needs to watch more Hippie YouTube videos. He has the same number of games as me, and yeah. So yeah, you need to watch more Hippie YouTube videos. You see this guy 5-point box. He must be watching Hippie YouTube videos. He's got 100% win rate, right? He's got 200 games, and he beat a guy who literally has 2,000 games. So 1,800 on Pact. Whoa. Yeah, that's what happens. You watch Hippie YouTube videos, you just get better, man. You just watch Hippie YouTube videos. Obviously, you just watched this one, right? Now it's time to watch another one. But remember to enjoy Hippie YouTube videos responsibly, and I'll see you in the next one.